Welcome. Thank you for joining me at Maria Loves to Talk. And today, you guys, I have a great story. It's a continuation of what else? Dating app horrors, or dating that went terribly wrong from hooking up with the wrong person when people swipe left or swipe right and they went on Tinder or, I don't know, meet up, plenty of fish. So, hey, if this is something you're interested in, please join me. Get you some healthy snacks. Click like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, so some information on some of these dating apps. And no, I've never been on a dating app. You know, there's no reason to be on one. So I'm gonna give you some history right quick. Notes. A 2019 Columbia School of Journalism investigation found of 150 incidents of sexual assault involving dating app, found most incidents occurred on the first date. Are you listening to me? First date. 150 incidents, sexual assault, meaning rape, molestation, involving dating apps, occurred on the first date. So that means we got some thirsty, hungry sex deviants out there. Also, an older report found, 2005 report found 25% of rapists use online dating sites to find their victims. Are you listening to me? Okay. 25% of rapists are using dating sites to find their victims, just like those little old horror movies. So that stuff is true. So let's get started with the first weirdo or thirsty. So this guy name is William Queen or Queens. Maybe you can see it. William Queen. Okay, so he's from Akron, Ohio, found guilty of raping a woman he met on dating apps. So what this goon was doing, he's 51. This happened in 2019. So he was found guilty of rape, felonies, first degree. So what he was doing, he already had a previous case. So what he did, according to investigators, the woman he met her on Facebook dating app. I didn't even know Facebook had a dating app. The two went to the woman's apartment for dinner, where investigators say Queen grabbed the woman, assaulted, and raped her. Now I have to throw in my little 2 cents. If I'm just meeting you, why would I invite you to my house or to my apartment, especially if there's kids around? I don't know you. I don't even care if there's someone that you met from years ago. Maybe you worked with them. Maybe you went to high school or college. A lot could have happened during that time. So here what I found, okay, so this he had a previous rape case in 1999. He served time for rape and was released in 2018. So he was just released in 2018, and in September 2019, he's cutting up again. Ugly fella. Okay, so let me go on to my next goon, the next loser. Okay, this one happened, I'm sorry. Next thirsty. So this one happened in Kenwood, Michigan, February 24, 19. This young lady, her name is Shontika Denise Gordon. Okay, let's see. This is her little mug shot. Okay, this is her. Okay, so what Miss Shontika was doing, Shontika, 27, told the victim she met out to meet her outside of an apartment building. They plan on smoking weed. Okay, that's what I guess she told the officers. They when he got into his car, he noticed a dark van pulled up with three masked men. Got into his back seat of his car. They beat him in the head with a pistol. They stole his keys, glasses, USB. I don't know what the USB was for, and his power converter. Shontika got into the van with the 3 suspects and was identified in the lineup. And if I'm not mistaken, they're still looking for those dudes. They got her little stupid butt, but they didn't get the guys yet. And this was a meetup app. So you guys is out there, especially you thirsty married dudes, you need to be careful on the hookups, hooking up with these chicks, thinking you're going to get something easy. You're going to get a cheap date, okay? So the next goon, his name is DaShaun Harvest. This happened in, I think January 2019, 20 years old. Like I said, a lot of these people, nice looking, you know. Maybe that's why they're doing it, because they're attractive and they can get away with it. 20 years old. He was a college football player. Prosecutors allege Harvest, he's from Elgin, where DaShaun, or should I say pretty boy DaShaun, what he was doing. He had arranged to meet up with someone, his victim, after using a dating app. They didn't say what the dating app. Once he met up with the victim, he displayed a gun and demanded money. So he hit up a woman and she gave him $50. Really? DaShaun, I mean, you could have just, you could have just asked this lady, hey, dear, honey, boo-boo, shorty, could you loan me $50? He didn't have to do all that. Okay, he didn't have to do all that. In college, is this what they're teaching young men that's on the football team in college? Is that what they're teaching them? To use women, to use dating apps? Okay, let's go on to the next clown. Let's go on to the next Fruit of the Loop, DaShaun Brown. I don't know what it is, but that is a popular name, DaShaun. One of my managers at work name is DaShaun. Okay, so let me tell you about this little Fruit of the Loop. Okay, so Bloomington, Indiana, former football University, Indiana player is accused of kidnapping, robbing a man he met through the dating app Grindr. Okay, so police arrested 21-year-old DaShaun Brown on charges of robbery, kidnapping, and battery. Okay, so the arrest stemmed from April the 6th incident under investigation by the Bloomington Police Department. A 30-year-old man told police he met the unknown individual, later identified as Brown, on the dating app Grindr, and invited him to his apartment. Are you guys that thirsty? Are y'all that desperate? Again, you don't just meet someone 30 minutes ago, especially on an app or on Facebook or Instagram, and invite them back to your place. What in the heck do you expect to happen? And I don't want to, there's a part of me almost want to say, goody, goody, goody. Because, hey, it don't make any sense. So Brown wore a face covering and asked the man to keep the lights off so he could not be identified. Okay. Afterwards, the man said Brown held a knife to his neck and threatened to kill him if he didn't turn over all his money. The man showed him his wallet to prove he didn't have any cash. Brown then covered the victim's head with a coat and forced him outside to the suspect's vehicle. The man told the police Brown struck the victim in the face and ordered him in the back seat, drove to an ATM twice in an attempt to get cash from the victim's cards. Boy, that's a dumb boy. That's a dumb dude, okay? Brown then dropped the victim back at his home and deleted the Grindr app from the man's phone before leaving. Police obtained surveillance footage from the ATM which showed Brown's vehicle and its license plate. Big dummy, okay? They located the vehicle in the 1200 block of North Lincoln Street. After seeing Brown go to the vehicle, police applied for a search warrant at his residence, blah, 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 blah. According to Indiana University spokesman, Brown is a former football player who was dismissed in October 2021. Wow. Really? I mean, it's not funny because he could have killed that poor man. It's just the idea is a young, healthy, able-bodied man. When all these jobs we have out here, Amazon is hiring people left and right. It's no excuse for an able-bodied young man, healthy young man, to be out robbing and stealing from people. Moving on. That's just my little thing. Next, Fruit of Loop. Ronald Malone Jr. and Javon Fields, 19, I think 118, 119. They were using the app called, not Grindr, Jacked Up, robbing people December 1st, 5th, 6th, 2018. These little guys had a field day robbing people. The detective had to go undercover to try to find these young men. What they found out, the detective was pretty smart. He used the app, he used the dating app, set up a date, and one of these little knuckleheads contacted him. So the pair had been luring the victims, and so they thought they was luring getting a victim, and it was the detective. So far they arrested Javon Fields, 19, Ronald Malone, 18, somebody named Marcus K. Brown, 20. All three men were living in the Hillside area, and they've been arrested since November 2019. Again, able-bodied young men, why are you not on somebody's job like at Amazon or Home Depot? There's plenty of jobs for you. Jeff Bezos keeps him busy, y'all. Jeff Bezos is not playing. That is why he is a billionaire. Okay, moving on to the next one, the next Fruit of Loop. This one here is, let's see here. This one was a man, let's see here. This is in Flora, Indiana. This happened, murder, robbery, daily beating of a 55-year-old man in Flora, Indiana. I don't know where that is. Flora, Indiana. And these are the knuckleheads involved. Nice looking dude. The woman, her name is Shiane. Make a picture bigger. Her name is Shiane Brown. So what Miss Shiane Brown was doing, okay, so she lured, let me see what's their ages. Okay, so her boyfriend is 22. She's 24. She's from Delphi, Indiana. Of course, y'all know, if y'all a crime sleuth like I am, you know Delphi, Indiana is where those two precious little young ladies, little girls was killed, Abby and Libby, and they still haven't found out who did it. And watch my video. I did a video about that. So getting back to these two knuckleheads. So according to court documents, Willie Lee Smith was planning to meet a woman whom he met on the app in Florida on June the 16th. Brown Brooks, which is Shiane, who owned the account on the app. He told the police, told Lethbridge he used to arrange the meeting. So Tyrone setting up his girlfriend Shiane to meet an old man, 55 years old. So going on, so the police says that Tyrone used the app to set up the date for Shiane to meet Willie, and Willie was supposed to pay her $80 for sex. Okay, so Shiane's denying that, hey, that didn't happen. So after meeting Willie, Shiane said he didn't touch her. And that she's not a prostitute. Okay, that's what she's saying. And Tyrone was hiding behind a garage and hit Mr. Willie with a baseball bat and robbed him. The man died from blunt force. This poor old man, 55, died. I don't know, but there's a picture of him. Yeah, here. He don't even look 55. Mr. Willie. Okay. I got a mouthful to say, and I want to be nice about it, but it's too many of these old men, old geezers, as my granny used to say, out here running, chasing behind these little young girls. So Mr. Willie's daughter is saying, she told the news station that he was fragile. She said he's very fragile, and he was in stage 5 of renal kidney failure. He had been waiting on a donor. That's really sad. And his daughter takes some solace in his death, giving the gift of life to others through organ donation. He was able to save 2 people's lives, and hopefully he'll save even more. Leffridge and Brooks are scheduled to stand trial in September. They're on a $500,000 bond. So this man was sick. Smith's daughter, Jeanette, had to explain to her daughter on Father's Day that the grandfather had died. These 2 goons on a dating app, boyfriend basically putting her up. I don't want to use the word pimping her out in a sense, to go and hook up with an elderly man to steal his money. Basically, that's what that was. They were hooking up. And I'm trying to figure, I thought I had the name of the dating app. They're not saying. Okay. But yeah, he was a kidney patient. Mr. Willie was a kidney patient. Okay, so my last one, and we went through this fast. Victim told, this happened in Tempe, Arizona. Victim told police he had been invited by 2 women he met through Meetme app. Okay, do they have a picture of these girls? Okay, once he arrived, 2 masked men with guns tried to rob him, but he got his gun first from his backpack and fired 3 rounds. He called 911, waited outside for the cops to come. Okay, police found the men in the apartment. Big dummies. The dudes, Jamal Tyler, Ashton Halverson, Denise Huggins, and Breanna Brunson. Okay, really? Guys, last one. Woman allegedly sexually assaulted by 2 men after meeting one on a dating app. Here's how to protect yourself when meeting people online. Wow, and this is the dude here. Again, I don't know if you can see it, but he looks like a decent guy. They all look decent until they open up their mouths. So this is what happened to her. And this happened in Phoenix. Okay, just over a week, Phoenix police arrested 2 men, Daniel Rey Martinez and his roommate, Fabian Reyes, for allegedly assaulting a woman Martinez met on a dating app. So they're not telling you the name of the dating app. Okay, so here the cop is saying this is one of those horrible situations. His name is Jeff Hines from Glendale Community College, professor and former Phoenix police commander. On May the 22nd, Phoenix police said that a woman went to an apartment on the 67th Avenue to meet 33-year-old Daniel Rey Martinez, a man she had met on a dating site. What are y'all getting from these stories that I'm reading? I'm telling you what I'm getting from it. You don't go to someone's apartment that you don't know, that you just met. I don't even care if they're a co-worker. I've got a story to tell you. I don't know if I got time. What happened to a young lady that worked at, I'm going to say allegedly, at Chase Bank, thinking you can hang out with so-called dudes that you think are your friends. Okay, so going back to the story. The woman, Martinez and his roommates allegedly sexually assaulted the woman after she arrived. The woman escaped. Escaped after asking to get some air before calling the police. Authorities arrested both men who are now charged with sexual assault. Cases such as this are just terrifying. This is what the man is saying. These are cases Hines knows too well. For 3 years during his Phoenix police career, Hines ran the unit in charge of investigating sexual assault cases. He said cases like these have been on the rise. Okay. Then he goes on to say, don't you, that, I mean, some of this stuff is common sense. Don't, okay, so here he's saying here, and I just had said it. Don't just meet someone online and go to their apartment or house. You are putting yourself at a terrible risk. This is what he's saying. Again, didn't any of y'all mama, papa tell y'all this? This is common sense. It may sound obvious, but the most common place for sexual assaults to occur is at an assailant's house. Okay. According to data from England, 72% of sexual assaults take place at someone's home. The second key, Hines is saying, is to know who you are seeing. Vet them. Google their name. Look at their profile on Facebook. Okay. He's saying that includes stuff like their birthday, history about them. He goes on, he said, catfishing or a person using a fake profile to lure someone into a compromising situation is also a concern that comes with meeting people online. When fake profiles are used, Hines said that they can make law enforcement jobs harder in finding the criminal. If someone is unwilling to answer questions, it's a red flag. Okay, I don't have anything red, but red flag, you guys. Okay, red flags. And that's about it. So what I've learned, which I already knew because I remember, you know, it's the same story from when Mama or Papa would tell you, don't talk to strangers. Why would you, especially to me as a woman, put yourself in a vulnerable situation going to a man's house or whoever's house? You don't know where things are. You don't know if they have guns. You don't, hey, I don't know, they might have snakes, alligators. You don't know the layout of the house. You don't know who all are there. You don't know. Going back to the story I was going to share about the young lady allegedly, I'm just saying allegedly, that worked at Chase, and you know I'm nosy. You know I'm nosy, and I don't know why people say, you look like somebody I know, you look like somebody so they be telling me stuff. And it's been a few years ago. I was at my bank, back in my old neighborhood, and I was telling a young lady that, you know, one of my nieces had also worked at Chase, but she worked at the downtown location, as well as I used to work at Chase at another downtown location. So she was saying, I don't know how that came up. She said, yeah, I don't know if you saw it on the news, but one of my co-workers, she doesn't work at this location, but she went out with some guy friends, and she said they work at the bank as well, and they went out and had a couple of drinks, and the next thing she knew, she was at one of their apartments, and she had been taken advantage of. And she said the only thing she could think of, that someone put something in her drink. Remember, I told you on my previous video, you got to watch your drinks. And I saw something that these people had invented. And I don't know if they're selling it on QVC or if they was on the Shark Tank, but it's a little thing that you put a covering over your drink, so when you get up and then you got your little straw, a person can't put something in your drink. But again, she thought she was safe, and I would have thought so the same thing. Hey, I'm with my coworkers, we're out, you know, partying at a club, drinking, everything is good. I would never thought, you know, a coworker allegedly would have slipped you a Mickey or Roller in your drink and took you back to their apartment to take advantage of you. But yeah, true story. So again, let's stay safe, people. Let's be careful. Let's not be trusting people. Let's not be being thirsty. Let's wait a few weeks or months or vet these people. Get to know who's their friends, their family, what school they went to, where they work at. Get some information and have you some protection with you when you go out there on your date. Okay, again, I want to thank you and leave those comments, and do not forget, click like and subscribe. Thank you again. Peace.